Hey, good night, folks. Good night, good night, good night. Long time we not doing live. Alright, let me see. How do you do this again? Do it so long till I get rusty. Yeah, so what a week it is. You know, Lenny G. Hey, Victorville, California. Big up yourself, Lenny. This is and was an interesting week. Yeah. I want to say to the family of Raymond Belgrave, you know, condolences goes out to the family members, children, all right, on the passing of Mr. Raymond, man. Gentle giant, big guy, but cool and humble. That was Mr. Raymond, you know. You would think so that big man like them, they would have be, you know, but straight. Cool guys. Cool guy, man. So, like we always say, good night for Marine Drop. Nobody know the day, the time, when that particular hour they come. We just gotta be ready. And most of all, make sure we life in Papa card with the good Lord, cause the good book say, every man shall stand before him on that day. So, I'll take it one day at a time. Nicole Williams, what up, Nick? You good? What up, Nick? You cool? Yeah, so I just want to do a quick recap of my couple days for me, myself, you know. Alright, and on the same day of Mr. Belgrave passing, I had a full day as well, you know. My encounter with Miss McDougall. Yeah, you know. Very, very, very intelligent lady, you know. And her situation with the establishment Spooners. So I'm going to quickly recap how I got involved and you know. So first of all, I want to say that our page, Little Highlights page, isn't designed or it wasn't created to tear people down or to bash anybody. So we don't report all the other type of news that the other platforms do promote. Like if there's a gun violence or there's a gunshot or, you know, all those, not our thing. Not our thing. Alright? Not our thing. We have different media houses who that's their thing. Alright? They give that kind of news, but we don't really. We are basically trying to help people. Alright? Regardless who you are, where you come from, what background you have, what nationality, where religious persuasion, no matters your political choice nor preference, you know, so we don't really make that be an issue. Hey! What's deep, mama? What's deep? What's the place? Yeah, man, if you're not tired, boy, you gotta work out tonight, lady. Yeah, man, we did a intensive workout spot tonight in Ladyville. Alright, Tribe. I like the name. Tribe. Everybody have on a Tribe shirt. And it is a workout. By the way, if you're living in Ladyville and you want to be a part of an excellent workout center, feel free to sign up with Tribe. Alright? Tribe Fitness Center in Ladyville, upstairs of the meat shop by the fire station. And Tribe only costs $100 a month. That's not bad. $100 a month and serious intensive physical workout. I'm really trying to think, but after a while, boy, my battery run dead. So I had to sit down on the ground, finish my workout. But they are located right in Ladyville, upstairs from the meat shop, just before you reach the fire station. Tribe Fitness Workout. So only me one day up coffee and knock out. You know, do some serious intensive workout. Left and tired. Yeah man, so back to what I was saying, right? Recap of my rendezvous with nice young lady, Miss McDougall. So how this thing happen now? Alright? I must tell you that my days just happen. Alright? While yes, I might expect to meet with two people from our district who would come into from the district and the villages to see me, basically my day just happened. So as it happened, you go. Alright? And no day is the same. Alright? If you have ever been a part of what I do during the day, like some of my donors who come from the States and they hang out with us, they would then tell you for a fact that, hey, Albert Day is different every day. Every day is unique in its own way. No day is the same as the other day. Right? So, it was Tuesday, you know? Tuesday, right? Yeah. Is she with the young lady Tuesday? So, Tuesday morning, I woke up to a message from a friend, a donor. And the donor said, I saw the news. I think everybody said the news. I saw the news as well. And I'm like, yo, wow, all right. So I woke up to a message from a donor saying, I want to help get this young lady out. Now, the donor says, I'm prepared. All right, it's what you want to do. The donor says, I am prepared to put up whatever it needs to get her out of prison. So, I think that's good news. Now, like I said, we don't like share negativity and bad news. But news that that give people hope, news that can make change somebody's life, news that can make one difference in somebody's life, hey, we have pushed that out there. So, I was excited to push that out there. Donor is prepared to cover the costs of whatever it takes to get Miss Lady out of prison. And I put it out there. Boy, well, me never know say the thing on like wildfire. Because now, while me and Fiona get ready for go, drop she at her work, and we drive standard pickup, so I really can't be on my phone up to change gears, match clutch, change gears, can't do it on my phone. Alright, so the only break that I got to good night, Jenny, Miss Nathaniel Powell, you and your husband, good night, guys. Yep. So while I get a break and then you reach and you check your phone, I'm like, whoa. So I not even knew that the thing was grabbed by different media houses, and they start to share the information that a donor is prepared to pay or cover the cost to get Miss McDougall out of prison. So everybody started to share what we shared. Alright, not wrong with that. The problem start now when the backlash came against the establishment. Alright? And we rough, we release people, we rough. We don't give room for leave mistake, none at all. Or we don't give room for error. We kind of ready for drop the hammer. Alright? So when I read some of the comments, I feel bad for the establishment. I'm like, yo, hold on, ease up. People boycott the establishment. I not support the level. Take the chance, then this, then that, and just straight attack. And so I read and I say, no, I don't read no more because I can't handle it. Then I got a call from one one of the employees from the establishment saying that, hey man, this is what is happening. But people just they attack us and they don't know what's really going on. And so I say, what's up, man? All right, I tell her, well, I don't know what's going on because everything kind of new to me now, right? Apart from what I see on the news and what everybody else see on the news. So I tell the brother, I don't really fully understand what's going on. I see what everybody say the night before on the news. I tell them, but if the manager of the establishment is prepared to speak with me, I don't mind to go and speak with them. All right. So because if you could fix this, we can fix this. Right? Like I say, if you notice what we do, we like promote people businesses. All right. We don't even charge some people to promote their business. If I see somebody try doing a business, especially local Belizeans, trying to, uplift themselves and employ people at the same time, I want to promote the business because it's not about the money. All right? God bless me to be able to wake up every day, to have food on my table, my bills be paid, my children are doing good at school. So these little things that people would take for granted, I consider them blessing. All right? So when I share somebody's business, sometimes they say, how much you in charge? Don't worry about it. Send me the information. How much you put up on fire? Hey, send me the information. And we put it out there. Because poor people, when they try to start their little business, sometimes big price for the other place want to charge you if you get your information out. It's kind of ridiculous. If you don't strive in business, you try grow, you try establish yourself to get some recognition, you want some marketing, avenues whereby you can make people know where they're going. So we are here to help people. So we do funeral announcement free. You could send me, yeah man, I'll do that for you. All right, again, not everything is about money. At least that's how I see it. God bless me in many other ways. And sometimes very simple things that you might not take as a blessing is a blessing indeed. For example, for I know myself, I have never been hospitalized. I have never experienced a major surgery. I have never been to prison. I am fortunate to have kids who are doing very excellent academically. All right. I have kids who have ambitions enough to, study abroad or to pursue, good jobs. So these little things that might seem like nothing to nobody, for me, I consider those as blessings. All right. So when I saw the messages to people that ridicule the establishment and being very critical, it reminds me of some past issues. One funeral director, my friend, my very good friend, he also experienced a mishap last year. Cool guy. He experienced a mishap whereby wrong body was cremated or something like that to the extent. I don't remember exactly what it is, but everybody know the story. And people start belt the man and people start attack the man. I'm like, what it is with we Belizean culture for one tear down people, man. And people start attack the man and nobody stop to say, well, boy, yeah, it could be a little error, But nobody perfect. All right. Furthermore, yes, he's a funeral director, but then our employees are the employees that work along with the particular funeral director. Isn't perfect neither. Employees, and then who knows? If you got disgruntled employees, lad, dog eat your supper. Because sometimes disgruntled employees can make you look bad too. But you can't blame the owner of the business or the boss of the business or the man where they try make one honest living with his business. Right? So we have to come out of that culture there. And we're ready for just tear down people, man. Attack. The other day again, I think it was sometime earlier this year or last year, somebody posted one tamales from Kurosawa and buy with some woman in there. I think the meat me rancid and then post it. And yeah, you kind of alright to bring the kind of thing to the public and awareness. But again, you know, remember now that people they try to make a living. One soft drink, but one time, one seal soft drink had in some black thing in there. I don't know what that, but people attack the company and they ridicule the company. They say all kind of mean things about the company, but you know what? The company still operate. They still buy the soft drink. We still buy the soft drink. We still celebrate with the soft drink. People still want that particular funeral director to be their choice, number one choice of person to be their funeral director. But yet, remember, I make a mistake. Because one mistake will not define or should not define a person. Should not label the person by one mistake. So, I was invited at a meeting at Spooner's establishment. All this while I was invited at Spooner's establishment at the meeting, my phone ring. Ring, ring. I have to like put my phone on vibrate because I am at first, and by the way, this is my first time going into this establishment, right? I've never ever been to the establishment on I think I went there last 2 weeks when they had a Mother's Day pop-up shop. The organizers had asked me to please come and, you know, showcase the pop-up shop so that people who haven't decided what to buy for their mothers for Mother's Day could have seen what was happening and then you know, come and support. That was my first experience to go to the establishment. Very nice establishment, by the way. All right. The layout on the outside, the outside part, the layout was nice and everything. So, this occasion here, I went inside to speak with the, you know, person in charge to see how we can fix this situation. All right. And lo and behold, when I get inside, there was patrons inside patronizing the business. Some people who I know, some who I didn't know. And then I hear the chef came, big up yourself, chef. The chef answered, he had an accent, so I believe he's from one of the islands. And then I met the person in charge. And so I said, are you in charge? The person said, yes. Then I said, let's talk. He said, we could go to the back. The front was kind of noisy, you know, people. So we went to the back and we talked. And then the person say, Albert, you don't remember me? And I'm like, take off my glasses. I'm like, no. Who you again? He said, boy, me and you gonna school together. I'm like, what? Can't bring the person to mind, right? The lady can't bring the lady to mind. So what she did, she started name some of the classmates who went to ACC along with us. ACC means Anglican Cathedral College. And she said, I gone to college with you. You were there when I was there at ACC. And she started name off some of the persons who she knew I would have known. And yes, I know them. So, first thing, the managing person is one of my classmates from ACC. And then the owner or the person, and then I learned also that they had recently taken over the establishment. So it's under it's their new management. They had just like 4 months taking it over. All right. So while some people were saying that, what's this here? Yeah. Well, so while some people were saying that for Mr. Spooners and so on, so Yes, the building might belong to him, but it's under new management. All right, so it's not Mr. Spooner's. It's under new management by my, ex-classmate. So then she says, "My husband know you." I'm like, "All right, let me see who is the husband." And then the husband called like, "Yo, you remember me, Albert? Blah 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 blah." I'm like, "Yo, shoot, bro, yeah, man, you know." And so he said, "Let me tell you what happened." And then she started explaining to me what happened. Miss Lady came in like a regular patron. She ordered her food, and when the time came to pay for the food, the card was denied for insufficient funds. All right. Now she had no idea what was going on because she's in the back. So the waitress staff said, eventually said, "Ma'am, your card is declined. Can you have another means of paying for the food?" She said, "Try this card. That one's a dinner as well." So my manager friend now, since I know it's my classmate, said, "Well, take her to the ATM. Somebody can go along with her, and get the cash." When they get to the ATM, this is what I'm told. On the way to the ATM, they were met by two tourist police officers, and then two more joined, and then they were eventually joined by a regular police officer. All right, and so now, bear in mind, this is 4 tourism police officers and 1 regular police officers, all there. And they're not in the rough up. I'll be very honest. They weren't, according to what I'm being told, they weren't roughing up Miss Lady. They were being very courteous and helpful. And they said, "Well, go ahead, mom," because she has an accent. So they treated her different, You know how we Belizean you're right? When you talk properly, they're going to treat you differently. But when I got the money, I get treated that kind of way too. I get treated rough. So she has an accent. She wasn't raised here. She was raised in the U.S., educated in the U.S. So she has that different that thing, that foreign thing. So they treat her very nice, and she tell me that they treat her nice too. The problem start now when the card really was exhausted and there wasn't any funds in the card. All right, so the police says, well, to the manager, "Well, what would you do?" Well, I don't know. I mean, remember now, this is their establishment. This is their business. This is their investment. This is an establishment that employs local Belizeans working there. All right, and these establishments, especially in these major areas like Northfront Street, Albert Street, these businesses have high expenses. All right, so it was said, "You know what, guys, well, mom, you can't pay, so the police procedures now take effect." Right? Now, be honest with you, the folks from the establishment had no idea that this thing would have spiraled into what it eventually turned out to be come this day, Tuesday morning. All right. A good friend a family member, of mine had spoken to them earlier in the day and tell them, "Listen, you guys are taking a lot of banging on social media because of what had transpired. The best suggestion is drop this case and just let it be. Just let that go." All right. And so I was there when the call came in, and the manager said, "You know what, Mr. Albert, I'm going to drop this case." I said, "To me, that sounds like an excellent idea. All right. Do you want me to go along with you to Queen Street Police Station?" And she said, "Sure, let's go." So I walk with the managing personnel. I walk with the personnel from the establishment to the Queen Street Police Station, where she went inside and did all the necessary procedures for the case to be dropped. All right, and now she went inside, so I sat inside inside the police station on the bench, and that's when I started to check my phone, and the cars were just beating. Mr. Albert, I want to pay for the food. Even while I was in meeting, people were calling and saying that they want to pay for the food, and I'm like, she said, hey, Mr. Albert, it's not about the money for us, right? It's not about the money, and we will not accept nobody money because we dropped the case. But it was never about the money, all right? Again, bear in mind, local Belizeans, Belize people, they try to leave business, live, provide and save their family, all right? All right, let me see this. Yes, all right. So someone says, 3 weeks ago she didn't look well. She is originally from San Ignacio. She is very well-mannered lady. That's true. Real talk, very well-mannered indeed. True. All right, no. So check this out now. Go back to Palmy. While I am sitting in the police station, and again I must say, all the police officers at Queen Street Police Station, Precinct 3, I think it is, they were very mannerly, very polite, very courteous. Can't complain. All right? Enough respect to the officers. Can't complain. So while I was sitting there, checking my messages, I get some messages with people that tell me some really negative things about the individual. She did this, she did that, and I won't repeat them. And some of the things they kind of like, they get to me. And I'm like, wow, Albert, you sure you know what they do? When I read the message, so I say, you know what? Stop reading the message. And then I saw a message from a family member of the young lady, but the last name McDougall. So I said, let me take this. Yeah, good night, Terry Cynthia. Good night. So I take the call from right now. Hold on, guys. Because I said I already saw a family member from abroad. Good question, D. But I want to continue. What part there? So while I sit down at the police station, accept the call from the family member McDougall, and that's when me and this person get in communication. All right, and by text, I say, all right, Mom, what will happen now is that the establishment owners, managers, have decided to drop the case, and once the case is officially dropped, the court will then, and the magistrate or the judge will then send for Miss McDougall from Hattieville prison. The police van will go for her, and they should bring her down about 1:30, somewhere around that hour there, and then they will release your family member. And I ask her and say, is there any family member? Yeah, release. Now get to that. Is there any family member who will be there to greet her when she's released from Hattieville prison? Right? And I asked that because I had an uncle who was a smoker. Alright, you know where I need my smoker? Yeah, man, I got an uncle who smoke rock. So he always in a jail. So when he come out of jail, from my experience, I know if you come out of jail, you want something rich to eat. So I think about this young lady who don't know grow up in Belize, in a Belize prison, and when I asked the family member in foreign, do you have anybody to receive her when the magistrate will let her go? Now, also I must mention that no money was given, no money was exchanged. Once the case dropped, everything, when they come money-wise, not necessary. because she would have been released anyway by the magistrate, right? So there was no need for no kind of money or anything, pay no money, because she would have been released anyway by the magistrate. So the family member says, Mr. Albert, I'll be very serious and honest with you. All her relatives are in the US, all right? And there will be nobody there to receive her once the magistrate sets her free, all right? Now, I don't know if some people ever get in a situation like this. You don't have to be in prison, but the part your back is against the wall. You're in a place where who will you call on? Who will you call to? Not to mention the person has a little, I didn't want to say the word, but yeah, right? So the elevator don't go all the way to the top, so you know. So where you going? What you do when you set on free? We already have on the streets of Belize City a lot of young people, and as I say young people, this young man come to my mind because his family is crying out for help. His family acknowledges that, aka Jamie, everybody know Jamie. Jamie always up on Albert Regent Street, that of his stamping ground areas. I think it was 3 weeks or almost a month ago, Jamie family sent me a video where they make saying, Mr. Albert, with a beg for assistance, with a beg for help, with a beg for some kind of intervention for Jamie. Yes, Jamie got a mental issue. And in a state sometimes, Jamie will do things and people beat her, they abuse her, people doing all kind of thing. And I said, show me a picture of Jamie before he gone off on that end. And the lady said, the house destroyed by fire, but you don't got no picture of Jamie. Alright? But bear in mind, this is this lady's son. Jamie got brother, Jamie got sister, Jamie got auntie, Jamie got family who they cry out for help for Jamie. And I would also tend to believe that there are other patients like Jamie on the streets of Belize City that their family members would want their loved one to get help too. That 2025, it's 2025, and some people still don't want to talk about anything, you know. They still don't want to talk about anything, you know. People take anything, you know, like, yeah, you, like, everybody, like, this is a hush thing. I got my family, but you're not 200. People shame to talk about anything there. People shame to talk, but they got one son or daughter who got Down syndrome. They are still human beings. Thank God the picnic way we have come out good. Because not everybody may bless that their children come out. And nobody may want a picnic also. Last week, I was speaking with a former minister of government. And this one bring my water to my eye. I think about it and I talk about it, but the issue of mental problem in Belize, it's a rough one. Because you see, you got private hospitals. When you got any part of your body organ need help for disease of the body or a disease, physical disease. We have like 4 different hospitals people could go to when they come to physical ailments. The public hospital, KHMH. Then you have the popular BMA, Belize Medical Associates, if you choose to, or you got any kind of money there. Then you got healthcare partners. Then you got one hospital where specializes in just heart, cardiology or urology or whatever the ology. But there are 4 different medical institutions you can go to when it comes to physical ailments. And you know what's sad? When last you go on our Belize, anyone, private or public, hospital, and say, prominent people in there, the way to get into. And I mean prominent, I mean the one there where, yeah, they up there. When last you got on a prominent hospital, and Bob, Minister so-and-so in there, the way to turn. When last you got a KHMH, and what did the government minister, you there not do? You will never see that. You know why? Because once they get the power, they don't stay here when they get sick. I can't leave it. Oh, Miami. I can't leave it. Oh, Florida. Oh, I can't leave Spain. Oh, New Jersey, Chicago, LA, California. But we, the broke one day, we, the strugglers and the sufferers, have a lap with tail, humble with self, and sit down there and wait your turn. It happened to me. It happened to me when my pressure go high. I have to go right to this public hospital and wait my turn, lap my tail, and attend to me. But I'm saying, there are so many medical facilities to deal with physical ailments. But when it comes now to ailments of the brain, that's the part. We don't have much options. So I was speaking to a former minister of government right here in Belize, and he was telling me about one of his child who started to display the same thing like the young lady, Miss McDougall. Boy, some of the things that young lady do sound funny, but it's serious. So I had to say to him, my brother, I said, my brother, how do you feel seeing your daughter like this? How does it affect you seeing your daughter like this? No, this is a former minister of government. I said, my brother, can you like, pa? You know what man tell me? That man said, Albert, it hurt. I said, you hurt. Because you know, raise your picnic so. Well educated. Gone through primary school. Players through high school. Accomplished with the 6 farm studies. And then, something gone wrong. Behavior change. Attitude change. The man say, hurt, Mr. Albert. He say, hurt. Right? So, when this lady tell me from foreign, they say, Mr. Albert, there will be no one there to meet her and greet her. That's when I said, Miss Lady, since nobody on the faith pick up your family member when the court sit on free, I will fill the gap. I will fill the gap. He said, you will do that, Mr. Albert? Tell her, yes. Because I also have picnic. And I think about it, what if I'm in my picnic and I there abroad? Who would I call upon? Who would I ask to do me that favor there? When I live in America for so long. I said, Mr. World, but man, I don't do it. So I had my lunch, hurry eat. No. So while they talked on the police station. So when the charges were dropped, we went back to the establishment, and I tell her, all right, I'll do my best to help you guys out. All right, I tell her, hey, everybody makes errors. Everybody make mistake. All right. But I don't think that this mistake should warrant that our Belizean people would want to see your business fail, man. Because, hey, again, this is my classmate, which I learned. I never know. But this is my classmate. This is my friend. This is a Belizean. And then forget classmate, forget friend, forget everything. This is a Belizean establishment who employs other Belizeans trying to make a living doing what they do in serving the public good food, good service, good entertainment. All right? Perfect now. Check this out. I say, anyhow, guys, we're gonna see how this thing plays out. All right? Because this young lady has nobody here in Belize. And I suggested to the family, I will stand in the gap. Bam, I hurry eat. And then I got a hint. Albert, they soon reach. Come the court. So I drive down the court, park. Again, I must commend the officers and the personnel who works at the court on Coney Drive. First time in my life, you know. First time in my life, I gone the Coney Drive court. Inside of the court too. Right? Policeman came out, they says, "No worry, Mr. Maggs. Once you reach her, I could talk to him because I tell the officer, I says, sir, I would just like a brief moment to speak with her because I want her to speak to her family member on WhatsApp." Right? Policeman said, "No problem, bro. Once you reach, I will allow you to come in." And the man didn't do it, me shocked. I mean, tell you, the image I have in my head, I said, they must say, rough me up. Why stay out there and wait? None of that happened. All right? Have to give the man the props. None of that happened. Why Juan Perez? Hey, Juan Perez in San Pedro, Corozal. Big up Juan Perez and family. Respect. So none of that happened. The officers, they treat me real good. Check this out now. When she came, before she came, me and Anita and them had sit down outside. No family member for this young lady, you know. Me and Anita sit down outside. She done a court reporter. So that's her job. She takes pictures of people coming and going, blah, blah, blah. Right? Then the police van came with Mr. McNabb. Then, no. Before the police van came, Love FM came. Alright, personnel from Love FM came. My friends from Love FM, I said my friends, because me and Love got a thing going on. Right? So my friends from Love FM came, and they were there to capture when she came out the van, and then they left. They never stayed and left. Alright? So, once she gone in, the police called me inside, come in. Then they put me in a room. Alright? Very nice officers, man. Alright? They put me in a room, and then the officer tell me, say, "Stay right here, so we're going to get time for you." I said, "Cool, thanks." Alright. While I wait for Miss McNabb come, all the negative thing when they put in my head about this young lady started replaying in my head now. And then I started to feel jumpy because I don't know where the hell I want to face. Don't know one from a can of paint. Never meet her in my life. But as I said, sometimes no good to listen to people, you know. Because the shit they put in your head sometimes play to your brains and affect you. And so I start within myself, I start to feel like, where the hell I want to face, you know, because I've never met this person. First time I see her, I don't know how this will turn out, but I know I want to talk to a family member in the States by WhatsApp. So when they bring her, very small, petite person. Alright? Very small, petite person. Very well spoken. I mean, if you listen to she, you think says, wow, she's very intelligent. And she said, when they say me, are you the magistrate? I said, no, I'm not the magistrate. Say, who are you? Are you an angel? I said, no, far from it, man. No, I'm not an angel. No. I'm just doing a favor for your family to receive you and to make sure that once you leave from here, you're safe and everything goes good for you. He said, oh, wow, thank you so much. He says, I really appreciate this. All right? He said, I really appreciate this. So I explained to her and tell her, you know that you're going to be set free, right? He said, yes, sir, I know. I was told. Now, bear in mind, she has no phone. Up to this point, she has no phone and she has no clue whatsoever that her name is all over social media and on all news and major media platforms. She has no idea. The kid don't got no phone. So she don't know where they go on. All she know that they lock she up because she can't pay for the food. But she don't know nothing because she's cut off. She's in a jail, so she don't know nothing. Alright, check this out. When then me and she start talk, I tell her, alright, I'm here to help you. Alright, I'm going to make sure that you're safe. Once you leave from here, I'm going to make sure that you get some food to eat and so forth. Alright? When they come here, I had to come out from my phone because a nice police officer again allowed us in this room while he guarded the door for, to be able to speak to her to speak to her family member. Right? And she spoke to her family member, and her family member was so happy to hear from her, and she in turn was happy to hear from her family member. And they could have seen it, like the comfort came over her that, yes, I get to talk to somebody where I know. Family, man. And why I stress family? Sometimes we don't know. We have no idea the effect or the affect how you affect each other when we did it to support each other. They say when days are dark, friends are few. Forget friends. What about family? What about family? You know when your friend abandon you could deal with it. But when your family not there for you, you know what the hell I can do to you, brethren? You know what the hell I can do to you? I mean, you come out of jail. And when you look out through the door, then bust that door open, you could go. Nobody there to say, come girl, come boy. Anything hurt? So I decided, this young lady don't stress out already. At least I want to soften the blow by standing in the gap and act as family for her. Yeah. So they took her inside. The judge read the withdrawal of the complaint to her, and then they set her free. When we bust through the door, I mean, you could have seen her whole face and her everything just changed. Smile, Miss Anita, take away picture. Respect Miss Anita. Good job. Miss Anita, take away picture. She said it to the TV stations, and then I get into the truck with her. We got off my truck with Tina, we sit down. And I said, man, he said, sir. He said, thank you. Yeah, my bad, Mr. Morris. He said, thank you, man. He said, sir, I don't know you. You don't know me, but this means a lot to me. Perfect English, This means a lot to me. I said, would you mind taking a selfie? He said, of course. And I turned to her, so I take the picture. And the look on her face speaks 1,000 words. There was somebody there. There was somebody there for her. So I said, all right, you're out. What do you want to do? Are you hungry? I said, what? I asked her, what did you eat at jail? She said, Mr. Albert, they give me one loaf of bread. He said, they give me one loaf of bread, bosso. I said, you're hungry, no, mama? He said, yes, sir. I said, what you want to eat? He said, please take me to Chicken Express. He said, but I need to also get my, alright. Yeah. I just made a read on message here. He said, I need to get my, my belongings. Because when they had booked her, Quincy police took her bag and then they locked down all that she had on her person, her IDs and everything she had in her bag, they lug it. Alright? So I told her, well, let's get some food first because hey, you're back there from Saturday to the Tuesday. We can get some real food. So we drive down to Chicken Express and I tell her, add anything you want for this menu. No. I never got no money, no, but see how God work. Check this out. A lady, her mother needed an oxygen tank. Not the big one. The small one that in case she needs to go anywhere, the lady wanted an oxygen tank that, you know, her mother could move around with. God would have it. I had one. All right. A small oxygen tank was sent to us from the US by a donor. And so we had one. And so she was looking all over, I couldn't find, and then all of this happened from the day before, right? So I tell her, well, meet me tomorrow and you could have it. So when I gave the oxygen tank to the lady, she was so happy, she gave me some gas money, all right? So it was from that same gas money that the lady gave me that I was able to take Miss McDonald to buy food for her at Food Express. God works out things in his own way, and he provides what you need in his own way to get the job done. That was how I was able to take Miss McDougall with the place name to get a proper plate of food, and boy, she enjoyed that. All right. Then after I done the food, we get a message from the same family member in the US who says, Mr. Albert, she is out. Thank you so much. What we want to do, what do I want to do? I want to send her some cash so that she have cash. That if she need to buy a soft drink, water, anything, she can buy it. I said, go ahead, send it. I'll take her to Western Union to get it. And we gone after that. After I done eat, we gone to Queen Street Police Station, and she had to sign for her documents. All right. Again, the police officers were very professional. All right. They treated her well, myself well. She signed for her documents and I told her, now that you have your IDs and your documents, let's go now to Western Union, where you will receive the money that your family member has sent for you. All right. We went to the first agent. They had a hard time to get the money because what happened, she has the California ID and she also has a Social Security ID for Belize, but two different names. All right. And the agent said, no, you can't get it because of the I said, listen, don't beat up. Let's go to the headquarters. So the gentleman at the headquarters, I guess, I don't know if it's it or not, but she got her money. So, sir, whoever you are at the Western Union headquarters on Coney Drive, sir, thank you so much, sir. You're a blessing. You don't know what you did for this young lady, but sir, you're a blessing. She got her money with her California card, all right, ID card, because the money was sent in her California ID card and not in the Belize ID card, because the Belize ID card has a different name, same name, you know, but just one difference, and that's why the other agent never want to give her the cash. He said, well, tell the people and send it back, so you know that was solved. So she got her cash. After you get the cash, I said, I have a lady in Battlefield Park who have come to see me from Independence Village. And that poor lady sat down there, long the wait for me. But I am so caught up the deal with Miss McDougall. And then the lady called and mommy, just give me little patience. I soon come by the park, I'll meet you. And I can, you know, hear your story. This is a cancer patient from Independence who took the bus. All right, check this out. Take the bus on Independence come from, and I'll show you something right now. Come from Independence to come to Belize City to meet with me so that I can hear her story. She needs to do radiation, but she don't have the money. All right. So she wanted to do a interview whereby donors could help her to pay for the radiation that she needs to do in Chetamal. All right. So all this while I'm dealing with Miss McDonald, this lady they wait out at the park, BTL Park. So I say, Miss McDonald, Miss McDougall, would you mind? I tell her I don't mind continuing assisting, but would you mind going with me to Battlefield Park? There's a lady there waiting for me from morning. All right, who wants to? And she said, sure, why not? I want to see the work that you do. All right, he says, I used to be a nurse in the States. So I said, okay, cool. Guys, I'm telling you, we get to Battlefield Park and I met Miss Castillo. All right, I think it's Castillo from Independence Village. She has stage 4A cancer. I'll post her story later on this tonight. Stage 4A cancer, and she needs to do radiation. All right. She don't have the money. She's just single mother. She have a child who will come out of standard 6, getting ready to go into first farm. So the struggle. All right. I bring all her doctor papers and her history, medical history. Miss McDougall said, Mr. Albert, can I see her doctor papers? And the same lady when they tell me about that I'm afraid and all kind of thing, he said, can I see her doctor papers? I said, sure. And she looked on the doctor papers. I know you asked the lady. One question, they say, do you work in what kind of environment? All right, and the lady tell her where you work. And I don't say it because I don't jeopardize nobody's job. But the lady tell her how you work, what kind of thing you deal with. And right off the bat, this lady, Miss McDougall, tell her, this is how smart this lady smart. This lady say, this is caused by your working environment that has brought this upon you. Is there anybody else who has fallen ill where you work? And the lady said, yes. She said, last month one lady just started vomit up blood. And no long after she was sick and then she died. Then Miss McDonald knows, see the lady with that jail now. Because the lady talked to her, I just say, listen. McDonald tell her and say, that's it. The chemicals that you guys are using and working with is what is creating and causing you guys to suffer from this particular cancer. I said, boy, yo. Because the lady answer and tell her certain, but I can't say it because I don't want to put nobody's job in jeopardy. The lady tell her, yes, we use this and yes, we use that and yet. The lady tell, yep, that's it. You're working in a very hazardous environment. The chemicals and the stuff that you guys are working with is what's causing you guys to suffer from that particular cancer. You see, lady bit of jail, you know? And then, same time, Paul from Channel 5 came. And I say I can't put nobody's job in jeopardy. Paul from Channel 5 came and tell him, just wait, because he want to interview. Tell him, just wait. Right? So, I said, Miss McDonald, do you want to be my cameraman? Because, my camera lady is in the States. Miss Pat is in the States. He said, sure. And she take my phone and she be the camera lady, And then he got the phone and she be the camera lady to me. Remember to show them the documents. And yeah. And I'm like, check this out. Just a few hours ago, she was in prison. Now she there in a Battlefield Park, along with myself, doing Ladyville highlights work, and she my video lady. The video me and the lady they talk about her situation. And like I say, I want to post it later on so you guys can see her story. But I'm like, yo, Yo, you know? So, continue now. The last thing before we part ways, I tell her, all right, it's getting late. I need to pick up my wife at 5. Do you need to do anything else? She said yes. I need to go online because I need to find out exactly what is wrong with my card and why my card is being declined. So I need to communicate with my bank in the US. So I need to be or get to somewhere where there's online, so I can go online and check what's going on. I said, sure, no problem. The library in front of HMH, there's a library there. You can have internet access there and do your thing. I said, all right, no, it's almost 5, I need to go. Do you know where you will stay? She said, yes. I won't mention where she's staying. All right. And then I tell her, tomorrow, if you need to see me, go to any post office and ask any of my past school workers for a phone, beg them for a phone call. I'll tell them, please call Mr. Albert for you, and I'll be sure to come wherever you are. All right? And she said, yes, sir, I'll do that. If I need to speak to you, I'll do that. All right? And I drop her off at the library, and then from there, I went to pick up my wife, and that was that. All right? So I said all of that to say this. I never had to do what I do, but I did it because I also have children. I did it because when I was in the US, not stranded, but when I was in the US and going through my thing, there were people who were good to me. And that's why I did what I did. I also did it because I also have a son in the US, and I don't know the future. I don't know if I would one day need somebody to assist him over there. But I'm thinking, man, what if this happened to my son and my son is in the US? And I did at Belize. Helpless, can't do nothing for you, so 3,000 miles away. I wish that there would have been somebody to do it for my son if my son would ever fall into the situation. That's why I do it. I also do it because when Fiona went to New Jersey some years ago, no, to New York, all right, she had to wait at the airport for quite some time. And I made one post on Facebook. Can somebody in the area kindly pick up my wife and hold her for the night until she reunites with her friend? And without a doubt, a Belizean lady saw the post that I made that Fiona was stuck at the airport in New Jersey. Yes, in New Jersey. And a Belizean lady responded immediately. And the Belizean lady said, Mr. Albert, I am literally less than 50 minutes away from where your wife is. I will go for her. And I will put her up tonight until tomorrow, when she will be reunited with her family and friend. Somebody did that for us, for Fiona, when Fiona was stuck at New Jersey airport some years ago. We never talked about it, but a good Samaritan, a good Belizean out there in New Jersey, and I'm not calling him, did what I did for Miss McDougall, did what I did for Fiona. So all I am doing, the Bible says, be careful how you treat strangers, because sometimes by doing so, many of us have entertained angels. And you know what? I want to go to heaven. So if that's the way I forget the heaven by entertaining strangers and treat them good and do good for them, I hope that one day when I get up to heaven, good luck will say, boy, you remember that old man who me help? I never really that old man. That was me. Yes, yes, yes. Yes, some people don't believe in the word of God. I believe in it, and I literally take it serious. Be careful how you treat strangers, because by doing so, Some people have entertained angels. Lastly, I end off by saying this. Mistakes could happen to anybody. Alright? The folks at the establishment lapse in judgment and mistake happen. Alright? Mistake happen. We admit that mistake happened. We admit that Miss Lady was fault as well, because when you're using your card, you must be able to mentally be able to track your spending and know that, boy, alright, I think I got like 3 more swipe out of this and that's it, you know. Cause I do it. Sometimes I go buy gas with my card and I know, alright, by Albert, only 2 more times you can swipe for $50 gas, you know. After that, if you swipe, you get declined, you don't want to look shame. So I know I have on my card 2 more swipe for $50 gas in my truck. And if I swipe on 3rd time, nobody will tell you, Mr. Mags, your card declined. So Miss Lady had the fault. Miss Lady slip up, and the establishment slip up. But that don't mean so we are crucify them, man. We don't want to crucify Miss Lady for lack of judgment, because no, you're the one now. Remember, she also suffer from at least like us. See, I could use some mean words, but I'm not using words that people text me and tell me about the lady. All I want to say, she slipped down in a judgment because you got at least like us. And the establishment slip up because this situation could have been dealt with differently. Where in there may make media, in there may make this big nationwide attack against this establishment, and everything been going smoothly. Cause to be honest, apart from that, I haven't heard any other complaint about that establishment. Alright? And you know what the lady say, on Channel 5? As a matter of fact, if any good could come out of it, the lady say, the oxtail, the taste good. So you know what that do to me now? What do to me now? Big man, I want to come there one of these days, come try the oxtail. Because the lady tell me, he says, sir, Mr. Albert, a friend of mine recommended me to go and try the oxtail because the oxtail is good. And when I get there, I meet the chef, and the chef sound like one Caribbean brother. And you know them, but they could throw it down. So, if any good could come out of this, trust me, all of we make mistakes. The business make mistake. The owner of the establishment apologize for what happened, because he said, man, he never want to bring hardship on nobody. The man sincerely apologized. And even when the man they apologize, people still beat the man. Crawford, that way wrong it way. Why we cannot stand these people to get head, but they're not all the way. Alright? They're not nobody perfect. We will make mistakes. The other day, one bus on the road flip. 1 or 2 people get hurt on the bus. After the bus. But what happened? The bus company still run and people still catch the bus. Does that mean we boycott the man bus? And we have to stop their fool, man. Right? We have to stop their fool. We have to have compassion. Empathy. Alright? Empathy. She didn't intend to do that. The business never intend for this thing blow out of proportion. So what good can come out of it? Lesson learned. If I know one, I tell Miss Lady personally, Miss McDougall, you need to take a mental stock of how much swiping and the quantity and amount of swiping you are allowed on your card. You can't just go in and establish sit down and get things and swipe because the money are done. Alright? And I also learned that the another establishment said they had the same issue, but they dealt with it in a different way. And when they tell me, they say, sir, and you know what? 2 days after, the lady came back and she paid her bill. All right, she paid her bill. So these things happen. Nobody's perfect. But we need to stop being hard on each other, man. We're ready to tear down people. All right? And these are with their own black Belizean people too. Where they try and make their business. Where they try to do an honest living, provide employment for the people there. All right? So, my friends there at Spooners, hey guys, I sure this will never happen again because nobody want their kind of bad rap upon his establishment. And I'm sure that Miss Lady now make this happen again because she ended up in jail for 4 years for a bloody accident. So I'm sure she not make this happen again. Lesson learned, let's move on. Let's work together in peace and harmony. And trust me, there will be a very good, warm ending to this story. I won't say no more, but I will do an update a few days from now. We're gone. Bless.